Welcome back to CTS Weekender. Drew Marshall here with a gentleman I've interviewed on my radio show, and to be honest, it was a highlight for me. I've interviewed a lot of people over the last 10 years, and the reason I like this guy so much is because he got up in my business about some stuff. He challenged me, and anybody that's got the fortitude to be able to do something like that is quickly a friend of mine. Stephenson joining us via Skype. He's in the International Space Station right now. Good to see you, Sean.
Good to see you. And it's not easy to challenge you. I mean, you did roll over pretty quickly.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so listen, mutual friend of ours, Bryn Friedman, producer down in LA, hooked us up together. We had this great conversation, and I wanted you on this show because personally, I find you to be one of the most challenging yet inspiring cats out there. Cats? It's like all of a sudden I'm a beatnik or something. But the first thing I need to say to you, Sean, is congrats on the wedding last year to Mindy. Well done.
Thank you.
How was the big day?
It was beautiful. We had the perfect weather. We wanted 75 degrees, sunny, no clouds, no wind, and that's exactly what we got.
Did you will
it was an outdoor wedding.
Did you will that to happen?
No, we just really crossed all of our fingers.
Okay, all right, good. Listen, you married up for sure. That is one good-looking, really sweet lady.
It's true. I'm only about 3 feet tall. She is taller. So.
Wow, did I just set you up? I just said that. You married up. Wow. Can't believe that.
Any other offensive comments you have here today?
This is why I like this guy. Okay, listen. Osteogenesis imperfecta. Did I get that right?
I've heard of it, yes.
Yes. Broke over 200 fractures by the time you were 17 or something like that? Or broke over 200 fractures. You had over 200
I broke
fractures?
over 200 bones. I don't know how you break a fracture, but yes.
It's a double whammy there. When was the last time you broke a bone, Sean?
It was the fall of 1997.
So what has changed since then? You're being more careful, or your body has changed, so you're not breaking bones?
I live in a bubble on a space station, and no one touches me.
Okay.
No, I changed my diet dramatically, and I started an exercise regimen, and just went about natural means to increase bone density.
Dude, you're in some serious shape. I've seen you with your shirt off, and you put most of us to shame.
We said we weren't going to talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Really?
Sorry.
Those photos were just for your eyes only.
Just for me? Sorry about that. You've done some kind of cool things, which I think, people look at and go, how does he do that? What the, you shouldn't be able to, the throwing the pitch out at the White Sox game. That was really one of the coolest moments I've ever seen. Obviously, we don't have that clip right now. Explain to our listeners how you would throw a baseball at the White Sox game like that.
Yeah, so it was on my bucket list that I wanted to throw out a first pitch. Normally that's reserved for like U.S. presidents and celebrities and such, musicians. And I just had this vision of throwing out a first pitch. And at the time, I had a television show on the Bio Network. And I was telling them about this idea that I had. And they're like, well, call them up and see if they'd be interested. And I got asked to throw out the first pitch. But I did it not from my wheelchair. I had my father put me down on the ground. And I had practiced for months. And I threw rolling on my back. And so I actually kind of flung the ball like some kind of catapult.
Yeah, like a trebuchet kind of thing. So, and the back catcher actually had to stand up to catch the thing. I mean, you shot that sucker.
Yeah, he was, like many people in my life, unintentionally underestimating me. And he kind of kept crawling forward a little bit and then crouching down, thinking that I wouldn't be able to go the distance as well as have the right height. And he actually had to pop up to catch it. So it was a fun moment.
The whole underestimating you thing has been a lifelong journey, and that's why you're. You know what? Let me summarize what I think your whole mission is. You think your life sucks? Try mine. Now stop complaining.
Not at all, but we'll start if that's a rough draft. I would say more like You're making massive assumptions about me. I have a great life. What are you doing with yours?
Right, right. Get off your butts. Your butt? What's the name of the book again? What is it called?
Get off your butt, but it's spelled B-U-T. So, like, I would go to the dance club and actually dance, but I'm a white guy with no coordination.
Wow, why you got to be
You
like
know,
that? Why you got to be
yeah,
so cruel and insensitive,
yeah.
man?
Yeah, I would exercise and eat right, but I don't have the time. I would make more money, but I never went to college. You know, all the excuses, the insecurities, the fears that we have. My book addresses how do we deal with self-sabotage.
You know, the more I hang out with a lot of different people throughout my life and different social scenarios, fancy rich people, po folk in the country, you know, where I live, everybody just seems to be dealing with a boatload of insecurities, and it just seems to be holding them back. And really, this is where you come in to walk people through this, to say, look, there is nothing that should hold you back.
Yeah, again, walk people through it, really. I would say that's strike two. Seriously, I'm out of here on the third one. Um, I really sit people down and let them know that every human being deals with insecurities.
Right.
You know, insecurities are that element of our psyche that tells us that we're not enough, that we're not pretty enough, smart enough, tall enough, rich enough, thin enough, uh, coordinated enough. That's not about you. But you know, just everybody has something that they're concerned about and thinks that they didn't get a good hand on. And my mentality is that insecurity is something that we can't get rid of unless we stay ahead of it. So, what I mean by that is there's things that we can do in our life to stay ahead of our insecurities so that our insecurities don't eat us alive and hold us back from living an incredible quality of life.
Okay, Sean Stephenson here with us. Sean, Dalai Lama, Bill Clinton, Sir Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Jimmy Kimmel, Dr. Oz, Oprah, and Drew Marshall. Of those people, who are you the most excited to work with?
Oh, for certain, you want me to say you, but it's not. It's the Dalai Lama.
Really? Is he
Yeah.
that cool? Is it just his laugh? Is it the fact that he's like this holy man who's supposed to be all sort of serious and boring, and he's kind of funny and chuckly?
Well, he's this beautiful mixture of the wisest person that you've ever met to ever roam the planet, mixed with the youngest soul that is just happy to play with a butterfly, combined. So you have this giggly youth mixed with this individual who feels like he's been alive for 1,000 years, and it's just a beautiful blend. Plus, you can tell he has no, you know, the man wakes up at 4 in the morning and meditates for like 4 to 5 hours a day since he was like 12. I mean, can you imagine the kind of clarity that would give you to not have all your chattering voices in your head because you put that much time into clearing them out?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, another guy you've met and chatted with a fair bit is Scooter Braun. He's the guy behind the Justin Bieber machine. Justin Bieber seems to be, doing the late teenager rebellious kind of deal, getting into a bit of trouble here and there. If you were Bieb's personal life coach, would you give him some advice about something right now?
Well, I don't know if he'd be open to advice right now, honestly. And there's one thing that I am aware of now as I get a little bit older in my career is that unsolicited advice is a waste of time.
Right.
So it would have to be something that he would have to be seeking. And if he was seeking it, I'd make it very clear that he needs to put more time and attention on two things on his talent and his ability to contribute back to humanity. And when people are really focused on helping those in need, they don't get caught up in all the selfish, out of control behaviors. And so, I mean, a part of what we're seeing right now with him and any other celebrity his age is like, as you said, it's the young rebellion, but it's young rebellion with a lot of money. And when any individual has a lot of money, it doesn't change the person. That's a misnomer. It just amplifies what they're going through. And if what they're going through is rebellion, we see it on a massive scale. if what they are going through is gratitude, we see that on a massive
Right,
scale.
right. Okay, we've got like 20 seconds left here, and so I want to tell everyone about Sean Films. You want to go to that website for sure and find out a lot more about this man, Sean Stephenson. And I was going to actually get you to give me a dance lesson, Sean, because your dance
It
video
starts
on
with
YouTube.
you, actually. So what I want you to do is I want you to just kind of
Yeah.
move your shoulders a little bit.
Well, we're
Okay. Are you
sort
gonna
of
do this with me?
we're kind
Are
of
you-
out of time,
Oh
Sean. I'm
wow!
sorry,
How
we
I
can't.
see
Okay, bye,
how
Sean.
convenient that is. Okay. Okay. I get it. You don't want to dance because you can't dance.